Alright, take number 3. I keep thinking of more to put on this, and I can't edit still. My editing programs don't recognize my video format, MTS. Still never heard of such. But anyways, console, getting started on a console. First thing you need to do is come up with a template. Or first thing you need to do is come up with a vision, what you want it to look like in your mind, and put it on paper. This is mine on paper. I showed it before. You don't have to draw it that nice or that sloppy. You may draw better than that. First thing I want to do is get measurements and come up with a template. So I went to the vehicle, measured. I already had my main speaker box built in my truck, so I measured from the edge of it to right in front of where my gear shifter was. I haven't built this little part yet. I don't know if I'm going to. And it's probably going to sit on the outside of that if I do build it. It's going to go up to the dash to make it look like one whole piece, sort of. So you can always add on too. So it's kind of the whole idea of this, all this. Speaker box under here, and these are panels that I've come up with to add on over the speaker box. Have not done those yet. I want to get the console in first. That way I can take measurements off the edges and get everything matched up just right. Alright, back to the console. What I didn't say on the other video, which made me just redo this, was you may want to start with a console that's not curved. It may make it a little easier on you first time guys. So like right here, you may want to box it in. You know, real sharp edges. The reason I say that, just makes it a little more, it's a little more difficult to get the curves. I did not have any sewing on this one, so that should help you guys. All you'll need is a staple gun, some materials, wood and stuff you want to use. I used 3/4 MDF left over from building old speaker boxes. Still had a half a sheet left over, so that's what I used on mine. Oh, I skipped it. Sorry. Come up with the template. We'll go and measure length, width, height, everything. These are just random numbers I put down here while I was doing the last clip. Went front and back and get a piece of cardboard. Cut out a rectangle, the height and length you want it, and start making it fit. What I mentioned on the last one was it doesn't have to stay one piece of cardboard. You can staple, tape, add the edges to create the frame you need. Meaning, like here's the contour of my floor. I think. Close anyways. That's wrong. I don't know where that came from. But so I can staple these together and make the, you know, I don't know, I've cut it up and everything since I had the pattern to make more. It's my only piece of cardboard I had at the time. So I'm getting my overall frame. Getting that shape there. I'm going to cut 2 pieces, one for each side. And I put spacers. All I used was 2x4s. You can use anything. So I got my spacers in there. I think I'm about 6 inches wide in between the seats. There's the seats on the Monte Carlo. And a countersunk. Holes here for the screws. That way the heads of the screws didn't poke up. Of course they're covered over with that carpet now. And I added a little different touch on this one. I haven't added it yet. I'm going to. So these border pieces, see the red right there on the edge, it's going to stick out thicker. It's going to do a few things. Give it some character, different color, and it's going to hide my staples. The way I'm going to attach that is I got everything lined up really nice. I've already drilled pilot holes. They're a little too small. I've already picked up screws that were a little bigger than I planned for. Nuts and bolts. Make sure they're the right length to go through both pieces of wood. Come out the other side and be able to still put, ooh, I got a little close on that one. Yeah, still be able to put a washer and a nut on the back of it from the inside. So what we're going to do here, I'm not going to drill a hole where this just slides right through. I'm going to drill a hole just a little smaller than the bolt. That way it'll screw into place. You won't get any sliding back and forth of the bolt. Of course it won't matter once it's all together, but I don't want it poking out against my material after I wrap this. I'm going to use 3/8 foam. It's pretty heavy foam. It should go right over the head, the little bulge of the nuts. I've got the other foams. They're out in my shed. I have the closed cell foam, which is a real dense foam, kind of 1/4 inch high density foam that goes on Landau vinyl tops. It's the one you can sand. If you use something like that, it probably will show the bulge, but then you can sand it down. So once we get our bolts through this piece, I add the foam over it. And when I add foam to pieces, I never cut them right at the edge. I always leave the foam overlapping just a little bit. That way when we take the material and pull it around, it creates a nice round edge over our wood edge. If that made sense to you. Yeah, I'm doing it one-handed. So we cut that raw edge. You may have some of the wood show through the material, the edge of the wood. We let that overlap a little bit, and when it rolls around, it'll give a nice finished edge. And I'm going to staple the material once I put I think I'm going to do it in red, obviously, like my idea. Red, black and silver maybe. Cover this. See, this is the side we'll cover. Put the bolts through, foam it, put the material over it, extra inch and a half of material, and flip it over, fold material over, staple it. 1/4 inch wood, so we got to make sure to use 1/4 inch staples. I don't know what you'll use, it's up to you. So the biggest thing on this is coming up with the template and getting the confidence to just do it. Now, once we come up with these two side pieces, or spacers in between, screw it all together. I take a right angle piece. I took this and made sure I ran all the way down it, made sure everything was properly. Of course, I've got foam on it now, I can't really do this, but I made sure it was a nice right angle. That one side wasn't higher or lower than the other side. You know, off. Same here in the back, all of this. Make sure to get it real square, screw it together. Then we'll have an empty piece like that, be open on the top. I use this same 1/4 inch wood for the top. So now if we pretend this is the top, pretty much I just stapled it like that. I use really long staples. I have 9/16. So I did that, and then I foamed the top. You can see how the outcome here. I don't mark my material up doing this one-handed. Yeah, be careful doing all that. I shouldn't have been flipping around so much. I usually put scrap carpet down when I'm putting nice material upside down. So the biggest thing on this, man, is get your confidence up and do it. Make sure to get you a good template. Good template, good idea, good vision. And just go for it. There's a screw I countersunk on this side. You can see. Cup holder, whatever you want, the ideas of what you want. I'm doing this one pretty simple, just doing cup holders in it. So that's cut out real nice and neat and out of the wood. So I haven't done anything. I don't know how to do any of this stuff without going for it at first. Just take something apart and have the confidence you can put it back together the way you want. So go for it, brothers and sisters. I will make some more videos and try to help you out best I can on the way. Got a console I'll be building for this one, so I'll try to show it a little more in depth. Peace. Have a blessed day. Leave me comments of what else you need to know on these, and I'll be sure to add it on the next one. Thanks for watching.